Welcome to another Maz Play video. This is MazMojito, and today we're going to be picking up where we left off with Remnant 2. Now, the last thing we saw, we just survived a big battle where one of the NPCs froze all the characters in the air like a force freeze. So now we're following them to the sanctuary town that they live in. And we will continue on. There's a lot of dialogue as part of this game with choice options. So as they show the town here, we will just let the dialogue take place and follow the story.
Oh dear.
This is Wriggler.
Call me Riggs. I got you, darling. Don't worry, friend. We'll take good care of her. Welcome to Ward 13.
Hey, don't worry. Riggs is right. She'll be fine.
Are you okay?
Just a headache.
Hey, Clementine. Let me get you some water.
I'm fine.
Oh, you're not fine. You need rest.
Bo! He's the ward's mayor. Thinks that puts him in charge of everything and everyone. Listen, I'm gonna check in with Ford, and then I'll get some rest. Okay? I've been through a lot worse, you know.
So, Traveler, your friend will be fine. I'm Bo Ward, and this is Ward 13. You must have come a long way. I mean, the route's dwindling and all, but the road's still a dangerous place. What were you two doing out there? For the ward? Really? Huh. I didn't know anybody knew what we were doing here. We've just, we've been cut off from the world for so long that, well, I'm surprised people know about us outside the gate. Feels kind of nice, actually. Hey, ask around if you need something. Oh, start with Ford. I'm sure he'd like to meet you.
You know, you remind me so much of him.
You mean...
Hey, you're the newcomer, ain't you? Nora Camarillo. I keep folks alive around here. You know, you're lucky they found you when they did. Your friend was pretty bad. I got her just in time. She's great. A real spitfire, that one. I'd hang on to her if I were you. Like what? Listen, I don't care what you two are. I'm just saying, don't lose it, whatever it is. That girl's tough, all right. But right now, she needs rest. When she's up and about, I'll make sure you know. Take care, sunshine.
So as with any NPC town in any RPG type game, you're going to have your whole set of very interesting town characters to talk to. So including this guy, he's really interesting looking with the gas mask and whatnot. And this guy doesn't talk, so it looks like he communicates with the chalkboard. Okay, so he's a merchant, so good to know. Okay, so I guess this is one of the merchants, at least, that we'll meet during the game, and a good person to come to and sell any excess inventory we have or pick up any gear. Obviously, we're broke, so we cannot afford to buy anything. So, probably somebody we will be visiting as we play the game further.
Looking for Ford? He's over in the warehouse. I'm sure he's got something going on. Always does.
So many new faces these days. Things must be getting a mite easier out there. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone, but my friends call me Reggie. You can too. Saw you come in with Bo and Clementine there.
So this guy is a repeat character. He was in Remnant Part 1, so I guess he's making a recurring appearance in Part 2. So I do remember him from Part 1. He looked a little different,
I have been known
but it's
tell
good
a
to see some
story or
familiar
two.
faces.
The old Mudtooth does give me a run for my money. Or did you mean that I collect the stories? Because I do that too. And I'd love to hear your tale, traveler. Oh, now that sounds like the start of a damn good story. What brought you out here? Damn. That's a common enough tale. But I hope you know I'm genuinely sorry for your loss. Everyone here can identify. But I know that don't necessarily make it easier. All we can do is shelter the joy wherever we find it, every day. How about your friend? How'd you meet her? So you owe her a debt? Or maybe you paid it off by getting her here. Hey, what do I know? I tell you what, though, ain't no logic keeping tabs with people's lives. We look out for each other because we're human, yeah? It's the only way that makes sense to me. The only thing that makes humanity worth being around. Speaking of your friend, I heard she came in with a nasty case of root rot. What happened to you two out there? Yeah, I can understand that. Ain't easy talking about hard times. Yeah, don't push if she ain't ready, yeah? But, don't forget about it either. Could be that telling you what happened is the only thing that can set her free. Well, don't you worry. We've dealt with nastier things here, believe me. I reckon she'll come through just fine. What about you? What do you hope to find out here? Well, that's the spirit of the town, ain't it? You're in the right place, friend. Nothing we need more than folks willing to help each other out. So now I've got a measure of you. Is there anything I can do for you? Only the best for my friends. Don't be a stranger.
Well, hey, get away from my stew! Oh, it's you. What? No, of course not. Never seen you before in my life. I just figure you're you. You know? And I'm me, and that's where we are. So, what can old Mudtooth do for you? Lucky for you, I've got answers. Good ones, too. Town, you call it. Back in my day, a place like this wouldn't be considered much more than a camp or a bivouac. You might call it. Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. But it is a fine place to set up kip. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself what you calls it, a hockapatopter. That thing could fly to the moon and back. It could. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Brabus showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Got some nice people here. Took some getting used to, being around folks again. Well, Brabus, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. Not a bad idea it was, neither. He's over yonder, at the shooting range, if you're looking to find him. Not much of a talker, though, that one. Guess he didn't get his old man's gift for gab, eh? Quite a bit, stranger. The name's Mudtooth, and ain't nobody been around longer or seen more than I have. Except maybe old Ford, of course, but that old mudder cheats. Anyway, he hardly tells any of his stories. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me, and that's my stories or my stew. Yeah. So, young'un, what'll it be? That so? Huh. Did I tell you about the stories yet? Right. So, let me see here. Folks come see me for my stories and my stew and... Listen, you sure I said there were 3 reasons? 'Cause there's only 2, and that's certain. Huh. Only 2 reasons folks come to see old Mudtooth, and you know both of them. I'm pretty sure your memory's slipping. Pity that there. Why, sure, but it ain't ready just yet. The lunch rush today was something fierce, I tell you. But I'll have some for you quicker than you can say crazy 8. Well, maybe not that quick. I done already said it, didn't I? Just come back in a while, I'll be sure to save you a bowl. Come round again sometime here.
Alright, so those 2 guys had a lot to say, but it's helpful to get some backstory on the ward that you are presently in, as well as some of the background on some of the other characters you may run into as far as who's related to who and whatnot. So we're going to continue to keep exploring Ward 51, as they called it, and see who else we can talk to. So far, this looks like a safe community. They have guards posted out front, so it looks like the root rot or whatever, the root monsters can't get in here and start terrorizing people. So we're gonna go take a look at this guy and see what he has to offer.
I see you, traveler. You're the one Ford's been waiting for, though he doesn't know he's been waiting. He thinks he needs help. It's her who needs it. You know, and you don't. Sorry, I shouldn't say. Things get messier when I tell them. I'm Wallace. Did I say that yet? Probably. The site, you know? Sorry, I probably said that already too. You have a path to walk. You choose the first step here, but your path can change if you wanted to.
Okay, so here we have the traditional Remnant class picking archetype type screen. So you get to choose what kind of archetype you're going to focus on. Are you going to be a medic? Are you going to be a ranged kind of gunslinger sniper type? Or are you going to be more of a melee heavy class? Or whatever other archetype that they have in this game. In the original one, those were your 3 primary. You were a melee, you were a ranged hunter, or you were a technician type, medical type class. So this is the class I would usually play with, the hunter, because I do like range combat, especially with sniper rifles. And I don't really care too much for up close and personal melee fighting, but this looks like a really interesting class to continue to go with. Here's your traditional tank melee class, up and close and personal with heavy armor so you can last a little longer. And just some of the skills that you can see here that they highlight. Okay, so and here's a new class that they did not have in Remnant Part 1, which seems to be more of a pet class, hunter type I guess maybe you can send your dog out to kind of like tank the characters while you shoot them from range or attack them from behind. So this is going to be great if you're going to be doing a lot of solo play and don't have anyone to play co-op with. So this might be a class that I end up choosing just to get the game going, because I believe you can change archetypes and classes later throughout the game, probably some kind of penalty or price. And now we're starting to loop back to medic again, which was the very first class archetype that they offered. So I'll take one more look at the classes. Right now I'm thinking between hunter and the pet class, and I'll make a decision here on what I'm gonna go with. I don't think I'm gonna do challenger. And since this is a new class, I'm thinking that I'm going to probably lean hunter. Although the challenger does look cool, I think I'm gonna lean hunter. Medic would be good if I was playing a lot of co-op. And hunter may be good for solo play also, but if they get all up on you, you don't really have any kind of room to fight them off. Okay, there we go. So we chose our class, and as you can see, our outfit changed to match the class that we chose, whereas before we had kind of a default generic outfit on.
They have what you need. They're the next step on your journey. Until next time.
All right, me and the dog, the canine unit, we will continue to press on and try to find the person that we're looking for to continue the quest line, or continue the story. We're looking for Ford, so we're going to continue to look throughout Ward 51 and see if we can locate him. On the way, I'm sure that if we find any NPCs that are pretty interesting to look at or talk to, we'll stop and talk to them as well.
Greetings. Forgive me.
Like this guy.
I am not good with Paxel
Or
faces.
creature with a big backpack and horns, so...
Ooh. It is new. I thought I had seen it before.
Looks like we got some outfits too. Oh, okay, that is the outfits that we're wearing. They're all purple class.
My Paxeltech name is Dwell. I sell crystals from my world. They make Paxeltech faster, stronger, more powerful. They help it defeat its enemies. And the prices are quite fair. Only that which will make it stronger than before.
Okay, so he's some kind of crafting merchant. So I guess there are several merchants here that can probably improve your items if you have the right materials to upgrade them.
Soon.
I have nothing to offer to improve my items, so we will come back to him another time. Again, we're going to continue on and try to locate the person we need to talk to, talking to other NPCs along the way.
Well, ain't you a right mutter, traipsing in here like you own the place. That boy what talks to the root? I don't trust Wally with a hot meal, but I also ain't dumb enough to cross him. I don't reckon he was any more specific. Right. Well, the boy's crazy, but he ain't stupid. And I can see your gear is, lacking, to say the least. If he asks, you tell him I gave you this. No charge. Riggs is gonna talk my ear off if I don't send you over to him next, isn't he? Fine. Go see Riggs, then. Tell him he can do whatever the hell he wants.
This is not up for discussion, Clementine. You're staying, and that's final.
I don't remember asking for your permission.
Watch your tone, young lady.
Excuse me? I'm
Okay, so I'm not sure, but
I swear to God and my mother.
And I'm not.
this looks like a character that is also
Stumble your way over here yourself.
from Remnant Part 1. I could be wrong.
Can't go wandering off after something
Riggs and another female character, mechanic,
All right. So what the
or
hell
side
is
by
this?
side. So
What if
this
you're
may
doing
be
all
the same
that
two
swears
pair.
then, huh?
That boy weren't so
What the hell are you
goddamn
doing
right
right
all the
now?
time. He and I'd be having words.
That's different.
Percussive ones.
I'm trying
Fine.
to fix things.
Well,
Things that
the only
you
reason
broke when
anyone
you tried to
bothers
play
me is because
God.
I'm good
That
with a
was
hammer.
Skarsgård. I was just
So
following
either
orders.
I can
I
modify
didn't-
your weapons, or
Oh,
we
and
can
that
find a
makes
more
it
creative
okay?
use for it.
You know how many people died?
Tell you what.
Because you just.
I heard
And
you
the
picked
funny
up
thing is,
something
you can hear the
strange on your little
conversation
jaunt earlier.
upstairs
You
going
think
on
we could
Remember
do
that
something
every
with it.
goddamn
with the
day.
lady that saved you
Trying to make things
and
right.
somebody else. They're like kind of talking over our conversation. So that's very interesting that you can hear that clearly.
You didn't break the
But it
world.
is giving you a
didn't
good
run after
background on their
Andrew. You
relationship.
didn't
So
abandon
this
your
is what
family a
this
dozen
merchant can
times
do,
over.
or this vendor.
Look,
Basically
I've made a
craft
lot of
and
mistakes. I admit
improvements
that.
to your weapons.
but it's because of those mistakes that I'm telling
And
you not
gear.
to do
That
the
ought to
same
help with
thing.
whatever journey he saw you
Well,
on.
forgive me if I
Just
don't want to
tell
take
Wally
advice
to
from
be
the
more
men who
specific
fucked up
next
the world
time.
in the first
Yeah,
place.
so we're done here,
I'm
right?
Not your dreamer.
Or do I need the
anymore.
hammer again?
Maybe I've got my own mission.
The
These
best
people
news I've
need
heard all
you,
day.
Clementine. You're too important to
Look,
just.
it's
Every
not personal.
person out there
I just don't like
is
being
capable
distracted.
Of taking care of
I get into a
themselves.
zone, you know?
This isn't about
Pisses
that.
me off when people come
It's
by and
about
interrupt
you.
my me time.
You've always run away from your problems.
I'll tell you
but
what.
You won't let me
You're
run
clearly not
toward
the average
something.
stray that shows up
What
here.
are you
So
so
I'll make you a
goddamn
deal.
afraid of?
You find
Losing
anything
you,
interesting out there,
losing
bring it back to me,
them,
and I'll see if I can use it to
losing
mod your weapons.
I've already
And
lost
if you tell anyone I was
everything.
nice to you, I will cut you.
Okay, so that conversation kind of got drowned out by the conversation upstairs.
Neville. Harsgard.
Oh, friend.
Goddamn.
Glad to see you're all right.
Now, this person is
What
a
can I do
recurring
for you?
character from Remnant
And
Part
no
1.
worries.
I don't
And
believe
he specialized in
Helping
armor.
Each other survive
I
was
never
all
did.
we had left. Around
I'm
here,
tired of pretending
we
I
don't
do.
forget those days if we can help it. Your friend's gonna be all right, by the way. I've seen weaker pull out of worse. What were you doing out
You
there?
put yourself through a lot today.
You don't mind me asking?
You're tired. Get some rest.
Really?
Huh?
What'd you hear
Things will
exactly?
feel better tomorrow.
Ah, found the
You know how
forged tales travel far
You know
and
I
wide,
used to look up to
don't
you.
they? Fair warning.
The way you seem
You can't believe half
strong
of it.
enough to save the world.
But half of
Except I've already
impossible is
saved
still a sight, eh?
Haven't I? And what have
I don't
you done?
suppose he was more particular about why. Ha! Yeah. That sounds
I
like
can't
Travis.
let you go near
Right.
that place,
Well,
Clementine.
I've got a pretty focused skill set.
That's an order.
I reckon I know what he means. Come to me
You
if you
haven't
ever
learned a
need to
damn
upgrade your
thing,
equipment.
Out of my way.
Okay, so I see they made a switch for Riggs. It used to be focused purely on armor, but now it looks like he can upgrade your guns as well. As you can see, the white letters go to blue. That would be what the new upgrade level would be if you have the scrap that he needs to do the upgrades. Obviously, if you don't, everything turns red. So, okay, so we met the characters downstairs. Now we're going to make our way upstairs to the two people that were arguing while I was having my conversation with the others. And it appears that one of them is going to be Ford and the other one is Clementine, the lady that saved you.
Whoa, what have we here? Ah, the traveler, of course. Wallace said yes, right on time. Sorry you had to see that. But then again, you've been around. I'm sure you know. Families fight. Andrew Ford. Good to make your acquaintance. In the flesh. Oh, I'm as real as a toothache. I'm sure you've got a lot of questions, and I've got a favor to ask. So let's get to it. You first.
That's a longer story than I can indulge right now. Let's keep it to this. You know how some things you drink can make you drunk, and some things you eat can make you sick or sleepy? Well, other things do this. It's a big world out there. Huh. Not my way. And you want to be careful what you wish for, traveler. Not you precisely, as in name, rank, serial number, but I knew someone was coming. Our young Wallace told me. Wallace? He's a special kid. A lot like somebody I used to know. She had bad dreams too. Dreams about things that hadn't yet come to pass. It's more like he can see really far into the present. Sometimes. Oh, nothing too dangerous. I've got to marshal my resources, and then we'll get into it in earnest. Anyone in particular? Arguing's not the same as fighting. Clem and I have known each other longer than anyone else here. That's a lot of water to put under a narrow bridge. Looks can be deceiving. In fact, she's 132 years old.
She don't look a day over 25.
Not quite. Clementine spent a long time away, keeping strange company. Something like that will change you. Compared to who? Bo might be young, but he knows the run of a ward. Learned from the best. He was orphaned, just a kid. Ward 13 sort of adopted him. Ran security when he got old enough. Did a damn good job of it.
Oh, I
Only
said
made
Ward
sense to
51
put him in
earlier. It's
charge
actually
once we
Ward
started up here.
13.
Don't think there's a soul in town has lost as much as Riggs. Don't know how that man gets up out of bed every day. But want some intel, eh? Well now, listen. I'm in need of an able young scrapper. And you look like you're already about as able as you can get. I need some help down in the old ward. If you're up for it, meet me down by the ward gate in a few minutes. I'll be waiting, traveler.
Alright, so there we go. We talked to Ford. We got our first mission. Maybe we'll get to try out our dog in battle. We'll talk to not so young
We
Clementine.
can discuss this later.
But she doesn't want to talk to me. Understand. So I guess now we've accomplished that mission, we can head out and we can get ready to meet with Ford and finally go on our first mission and see how the handler class works out in a real firefight. So this is looking like a really good point where we can put a bookmark in this and continue on in the new video.
Geared up and ready. Should we head out?
To see
Or,
how
is
our
there
dog
something you wanted to
handles
do
and how
first?
this class handles.
Can't leave unprepared. Finish your bit.
So yeah, like I said, we'll stop here. And as usual, I'd like to thank you for watching my videos, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.